At our recent countdown to COP26 TEDx event, there were quite a few questions in the chat asking whether our global farm metric and the audit which farmers would undertake associated with that applied to particular farming systems such as regenerative or organic, and whether we had a position as to whether one system was better than another, or it was wider than that. And the answer is, this is an impartial audit which any farmer could undertake. We're not trying to judge whether one system is better than another in terms of regenerative or organic or biodynamic or any farming system, but rather make an accurate evaluation of the sustainability impacts of the farming system across 10 categories, each of which will revolve around indices and units of measurement, which we hope will accurately capture the impact of the farming system on that particular category, say soil or biodiversity or emissions or on water quality, etc. And in relation to the question, well, what outcome are we trying to encourage? The answer is, well, we need, all of us throughout the world, to move to systems which are operating within the planetary boundaries which Professor Johan Rockström has described, and not depleting any more of our natural capital, not contributing to climate change, avoiding pollution, building soil fertility, reducing animal welfare abuses, etc. And what we want this framework to do is to record the impacts as progress towards those outcome objectives. And in relation to the terms that are widely being used, I mean, I was very involved with the development of organic standards, and of course there are also large numbers of farmers who relate to the term agroecological, and more still perhaps these days who are talking about regenerative farming. And then of course there are a number of certification schemes of which organic, biodynamic, leaf, red tractor are very commonly used in the UK. Well, what we hope the metric will do is to enable a connectivity framework to be built between all farmers and all the farming systems they're using and all the certification systems they're using to show an impartial, common way of assessing the total impact on sustainability outcomes. And it doesn't mean, for instance, that farmers would abandon using their existing certification scheme. I mean, I've been organic for a long time on our farm in Wales, and we've no intention of decertifying. But what I would like to know as a farmer is the impact of my practices each year on key sustainability outcomes. For instance, I want to know whether my soil carbon or my total soil carbon stocks are increasing. I want to know whether the farming system is encouraging more wildflowers and birds and small mammals and soil invertebrates. And I want to know that my water quality is improving, etc. So if every year I undertake an audit and it tells me that information, it could even be linked to a sustainability score, for instance, then I'm striving to improve on my performance from last year. And I would like to send that same information to, say, the Soil Association, but we're also Red Tractor audited, so that they could make a certification decision based on the sustainability data that I'm providing. So I think that this is a very important point, that we mustn't be ideological about one farming system against another. This is hopefully using the best available science to measure the sustainability impact, and then it's for others to either source food according to a certain standard or to run a certification scheme. And we hope that the framework will be inclusive of them all.